Well, Leonard is a master. Leonard appeared fully formed, in popular music with his songs Suzanne and with Bird on a Wire on the songs from his first albums, and I mean, long before I ever, I mean, I was a songwriter, but I hadn't made any records, and he was a very big influence on everybody, and I actually got to meet him quite soon after that, right after his first album in New York, and but he was, a novelist, and he is a real poet, so he's quite unique in rock and roll. People who like lyrics occasionally like to, refer to their favorite songs as poetry, but I mean, much the same way someone can refer to a really great meal as poetry, or a beautiful woman as poetry, but I mean, not too many people really make poetry in rock and roll anyway. I mean, I didn't think of doing this song myself. It was suggested by Kevin and by Alberto. It's probably my favorite recent song, but my tendency is to choose something that's lesser known and something more, well, I might have picked, a bunch of lonesome and quarrelsome heroes, from Songs from a Room or something like that, because I like to choose those songs that are, somehow, I don't want to compete with Leonard's version, it's a defense mechanism, I'm sure, but really this song sings itself. So that the secret to singing A Thousand Kisses Deep is to not sing it, in a way, I suppose it's like being cast, in a role or persona, So anyway, this song, when I arrived here to sing it, the band played it, amazingly. The arrangement is sort of, fit perfectly. I just sort of stepped into the song. It's a fantastic band. It's really an incredible band, and of course, it's made up of a band that is already a band, because they play with Kiko Veneno for the most part, Charlie Cepeda, Raul Rodriguez, Jimmy, and to add my main collaborator, Kevin McCormick, to this group is like having like a family connection with a band that is already a family, These guys are really great. I saw Kiko play with Charlie on one side and Raul on the other side, and I always loved that connection between traditional music of Spain, the flamenco, and Charlie's excellent grasp of rock and roll. So, it's a band tailor-made for these songs because of the Mediterranean influence. Because the Mediterranean is that melting, point, for all these cultures throughout, throughout the Mediterranean and Eastern Europe and North Africa, and of course America too. So with Raul's, contact with the Cuban tres and all these instruments, it's really, and then you get the Moldavian, you get Alex playing the violin, and you combine that with Javier Mas and the bandurria and the distinctly Catalan influence. It's incredible. It's like a dream. It's a bit surreal, because there are some things that aren't really normal. It's not orthodox Mediterranean music, nor is Leonard orthodox. So just like in the songs where there are some things that are really uniquely the voice of this individual poet, it's the same with the music, where suddenly you have a very Mexican sounding song, but it's got slide in it, which is, well, there are guys in Mexico playing slide, I guarantee you. There are guys like Charlie who are like just taking bits of music from all over and putting them together. It's incredible band. And Alvaro, fantastic keyboardist who is able to bring so much to these arrangements. To me, this is the kind of concert I would fly here just to see this concert. Of course, I'm honored, I'm honored to be in it, but it's for a very short moment, and it's really like, for me, the rest of the night is the real feast.